Good afternoon. We've had those strong winds all day, and those will continue tonight with a low near 30 Sioux Falls, 27 with a few light snow showers in Aberdeen, 27 in Pierre, and 23 in Rapid City. Strong wind continues tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. 39 are high in Sioux Falls, 36 Aberdeen, 37 in Pierre, and 39 in Rapid City. We get rid of the wind, but our temperatures stay about the same through the weekend. We'll take a look coming up. KELOLAND's First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
Honoring the life of a brother in blue, how law enforcement across the country gathered to pay respects to Deputy Ken Prorock.
Plus, an update on a fiery crash on I-29. What we know about the man killed coming up.
And the U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments on Colorado's effort to exclude former President Trump off the state's primary ballots. Well, good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Tom Hansen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. The streets and parking lots around the DSU campus in Madison were filled with police vehicles.
Hundreds of officers came from as far away as New York and Chicago to show their support for Deputy Prorock's family. He was killed while trying to stop a suspect last Friday. There was a course of a strong contingent from communities in South Dakota. Lieutenant Colin Smith drove to Madison from Spearfish.
We may be a small state, but in law enforcement, we're all a family. And when something like this happens, it's felt by the entire state.
So many people wanted to attend the funeral, it was moved to the field house on the DSU campus. Now, before the funeral, the deputy's sister-in-law read a statement on behalf of the family. She says that the support the family has received has been overwhelming.
There is truly a brotherhood with law enforcement officers. I cannot even start to list everyone, but please know that we appreciate all of it so much.
Lawmakers in Pierre took time today to honor the fallen deputy. They held a moment of silence on the Senate floor. Senator Casey Crabtree, who represents the Madison area, said Chief Deputy Prorock was a person who made the community a better place.
Well, this isn't the first time Moody County has lost a deputy. In November of 2003, Deputy William Davis died while ticketing a driver on Interstate 29 just north of the Nunda Ward exit. As he was writing the ticket, a car heading north lost control on the slippery roads, slid, and hit Davis. He was killed almost instantly. Davis had been with law enforcement for over 20 years. There's a plaque honoring his life inside the Moody County Courthouse. An update tonight on a fiery crash in Lincoln County. Troopers say a 39-year-old Brandon man was driving a pickup when he left the road, struck the guardrail, and went airborne, crashing into an overpass pillar. The driver died in the crash. His name has not been released yet. There was no one else inside the car. The Highway Patrol is investigating.
Now let's get a check on this evening's forecast with meteorologist Megan Chata.
We have had thick clouds all day, those strong winds all day, and that will continue as we head into tonight and even into tomorrow. Right now in Sioux Falls, a little bit of sunshine is finally peeking through. 40 degrees, west winds at 26 miles an hour. We have some light snow showers in Aberdeen right now at 34 degrees, west winds at 17. Here is a look at our cloud cover. Thick clouds over much of KELOLAND, south central and southeastern KELOLAND, though. Finally getting a little bit of a break in those clouds. But if we look underneath them, some rain and snow showers. In the light blue in western South Dakota, the light snow showers. The blue and green there between Aberdeen, Redfield towards Huron are light rain showers. That pink line is a little bit of both. Those will finally come to an end as we head through this evening. Right now, 41 in Yankton, 35 in Brookings, 37 Sisseton, 34 in Mobridge, and 27 degrees in Custer. We've had this strong west to northwest wind all afternoon. Right now, 15 to 30 miles an hour with some of those wind gusts reaching near 40 miles an hour. We'll keep that strong wind around for tonight with mostly cloudy skies and a low near 30 in Sioux Falls, 27 with a few light snow showers in Aberdeen, 27 in Pierre, and 23 in Rapid City. The northwest wind will continue as we head into tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures much like this afternoon. 39 are high in Sioux Falls, 36 Aberdeen, 37 in Pierre, and 39 in Rapid City. As we head into the weekend, we get rid of most of the wind. We get a little bit of sunshine, but our temperatures are going to remain about the same. 39 Saturday, the high in Sioux Falls, 38 in Aberdeen, 37 in Pierre, and 34 in Rapid City. Those temperatures are still at or slightly above normal as we head through the weekend. We do have a slight warm up, though, as we head through the first half of next week. We'll take a look at that with your mostly dry 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
Thank you, Megan. The Justice Department report says President Joe Biden willfully retained and disclosed highly classified materials when he was a private citizen, including documents about military and foreign policy in Afghanistan. Now, the report from the special counsel, Robert Hur, represents a harshly critical assessment of Biden's handling of sensitive government materials, but also details the reasons why he should not be charged with a crime.
For more than 2 hours, the Supreme Court questioned lawyers about whether the state of Colorado can disqualify former President Donald Trump from appearing on the state's primary ballot. Nearly all of the justices questioned whether upholding Colorado's decision would unfairly impact voters in other states. Skylar Henry has the details from the Supreme Court.
Conservative and liberal Supreme Court justices alike seemed very skeptical of Colorado's Supreme Court ruling that former President Trump is ineligible to be on that state's ballot due to his connection with the January 6th insurrection.
What's a state doing deciding who gets to, who other citizens get to vote for president?
Colorado relied on Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, implemented after the Civil War, which says no person shall hold any office who took an oath as an officer of the United States, but then engaged in an insurrection.
The framers were concerned about charismatic rebels who might rise through the ranks up to and including the presidency of the United States.
The thing that really is troubling to me is I totally understand your argument, but they were listing people that were barred, and president is not there.
The justices largely avoided arguments about whether the former president engaged in an insurrection on January 6th, focusing instead on the ballot access.
I think they are headed towards a fairly consensus ruling on what power states have to resolve this matter, but it could set us up for a big political discussion later on.
That's because former President Trump potentially still faces criminal trials surrounding the events of January 6th.
We could have a lot of discussion and potentially disruption around the idea that Donald Trump, if he won the election in November, he might not be qualified to serve as president of the United States.
Speaking outside of his Mar-a-Lago home, Trump called today's hearing another form of election interference.
You have millions of people that are out there wanting to vote, and they happen to want to vote for me.
The court is expected to issue its ruling in the next couple of weeks. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Former President Trump is claiming the criminal cases against him should be tossed because he has presidential immunity. The lower courts have rejected that claim, but Trump's attorneys are expected to appeal the decision to the Supreme Court.